Cheers, my thrifting friends. Good morning. We are back at it, thrifting today. It's my day off. Day after a nor'easter in Massachusetts and along the eastern coastal seaboard. Wasn't too bad, but anyway, I am back this morning in Amherst, Massachusetts. I decided to come back here. I haven't been here for a couple months. My last video I did here, it was right when the schools, all the colleges start, so it can get a little crazy up here, and the thrift stores are super busy with the students trying to get a lot of stuff for their dorm rooms, so we do not come up here when that's going on. But today I decided to come back up here to the Fisher House in Amherst, hospice shop for Fisher Home. It's a hospice shop. It's a hospice charity. So last time I was here, I passed on uranium glass because I'm crazy, but I'm gonna really be paying attention this time. So let's hope the thrifting angels are in here and I find some really good stuff. I think I'm just gonna manifest. Again, primitives are doing really well for me because it's fall and that's the vibe. But I would love to find some modern things too. And I'd love to find some really pretty glass. I don't know, maybe too much to hope for, who knows? But let's get inside and see what they have, and I can't wait to check it out. Well, I am super excited to be in this store today. I have not been here for months, so it's all going to be fresh and all new. Wow, and kind of expensive, $14 for this toll tray, which I think is really high, but has no mark on it, and it's not in perfect condition. But I do love the bumblebees on this. I can totally see why it would appeal to somebody, but the condition of it is really poor. I'm surprised they had that much on it. Yeah, I'm going to look through the artwork really quick. I did not find anything at all that was appealing to me. They just had a lot of odds and ends for artwork, so not much there. But the pottery side of things, they definitely had some pieces to look at. This is a signed piece, very pretty, nicely done. I don't care for the color and the price is too high, but it was pretty to look at. Of course, I'm always looking for blown glass, beautiful glass, but this one, I really didn't care for the color, so I left it. This box was so beautiful, this lacquered box, but $7 was really high for this. And it's not a really high demand item for me, jewelry boxes. Made in Peru though, so that's different. Very pretty to look at though, I will give it that. This pewter candlestick is really pretty. Now at $4, I can definitely sell that for a little bit more. And especially with Thanksgiving coming up and the holidays, candlesticks sell really well. So yeah, and then, oh, wait a second. This is catching my eye. Could this be a nice piece of black glass? Ooh, $6. Ooh, I love this. This is really beautiful. I'm trying to see if there's another color to it, but it is so dark. I'm really not picking up, especially under these bright LED lights. I'm looking to see if it might be blue or red or purple, but she seems pretty dark. So yeah, both of those are coming with me. Pottery like this, as I've showed you before in some previous videos, we were at an arts festival. When you buy a beautiful handmade piece like this right from the artist, I would expect to pay between $60 to $90 for a piece like this if you're buying it right from the artist, right at a arts festival or their gallery store, something like that. But here it's $10, so that does sound like a lot. But for the value, it's a really good price. This is a really cute, well done piece signed by the artist. Bethel, Vermont, $4. What a great price. I'm definitely grabbing this. This is a really cute piece, especially for the New England area. That's really cool. And I'm just looking for anything salt glaze. This I have bought and sold many times. I don't buy it too much anymore. It was collectible a few years ago. I've definitely sold it, but I'm going to leave that. It's priced a little too high at $7. That's cute, this little chicken. I definitely sell chicken stuff, and Country Gate by UNESCO is definitely a collectible brand, but I'm going to leave that today. awesome looking box. Very different, very, very cool, but it's unfortunately and really not the best condition. It is $6, but let's see what it looks like inside. Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. Yeah, it's in bad condition. I'm sure they did their best to clean it up, but yeah, it's a little too far gone for resale for sure. I love looking at their linens. They usually have some really nice selections. I love this knitted throw. This was really, really pretty, but at $7, there's really no room in it for me for resale. But it's a really pretty piece. If it had been branded with like Pottery Barn or something, I would have considered it. But with no branding, $7 is the most I would pay for that as just a consumer. Same with that throw, $6 for the condition of that is the most. So we're going to pass on all their linens. These curtains are cute, but there's only 2 panels there. And at $6, that's about what I would pay on clearance myself somewhere. So yeah, their linens were high priced. So we passed on those. This was cute though. This was a vintage apron that was very cute. I can totally see this. They had it marked as like a Halloween costume. So for $5, that was really a good buy. If I had a booth, I would definitely save one of my mannequins from my store now. I would tie this apron on her and really set up a cute kitchen display. I can totally see myself doing that, but I did leave it. Yeah, that's really good advice. Don't sweat the small stuff. And you know what? Most of it is small stuff in the scheme of things. So I thought that was a really interesting book. Sometimes I buy little cute books like this and I put them in my dressing room. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I think people do pick them up and just flip through them. It's something kind of cute to have in a dressing room, especially if you have little kids or something like that. You know, sometimes I'll leave books in there. And that's the kind of book I would leave in there. Speaking of books, they had a really, really big selection. They usually have more coffee table books, but today they really didn't have very many. But they had some vintage pieces here. So I flipped through to see if there was anything that would have caught my interest. I do have 1 or 2 art books from this store on my own coffee table. Yeah, a couple books. I've gotten most of my books from book sales. So if you go to like really nice areas and they have the library in that town has a book sale, that's the place to get your big coffee table books. In my opinion, that's where I've had the best luck. But this was a beautiful one. This could have been a nice coffee table book, a beautiful photography book of beautiful Earth. Yeah, Visions of Earth. That would have been a really cool National Geographic. I think that had a price tag of $6 on it. So the jewelry in here, they have it all in this beautiful piece of furniture, this credenza, and you pull out the drawers and they have everything kind of laid out there. So, ooh, what a pretty guardian angel. I like that one. So it's kind of fun because you really can't see. You have to pull them out. But unless you know, I can see people not knowing and then like not realizing they have all this jewelry. I've made that mistake. I've forgotten that they have jewelry because they are in these drawers that are not visible. But that's an interesting woven bracelet, different. But yeah, you just have to open them all up and see if you can find any treasures. I have so much jewelry in my own store that it would have to be like an amazing piece of jewelry for me to even, consider it. 15 for these watches. That's more than what I would ask for those in my own store. So yeah, the prices are kind of high, but yeah, so I just kind of look for fun, but I have literally thousands of pieces of jewelry, including sterling silver. I have a huge collection of sterling in my store as well. So jewelry isn't really anything I'm looking for, but it's fun to just give it a quick browse. Look at that. I like the way they decorated for Halloween. They did a good job. All right, so kitchenware and stuff like that, just to give you some perspective on reselling, for me at least, is no matter, you can have really beautiful glass, you can have a lot of decor pieces, but if you're in it to make a profit and fast, I will be honest to say it's the practical things that sell for me in my store, not the decor pieces, not the collectibles. I know it's kind of sad, but I can still sell vintage, but it's got to be like this, like very practical kitchen stuff. Believe it or not, it's kitchenware and then it's linens and furniture. Those are the 3 things that if I was a full-time reseller with a booth and specialized in hard goods, which I don't, I make most of my money on clothes, That's the type of stuff that you can reliably sell over and over again. And I don't mean this like, when I say kitchenware, I don't mean like glassware or dishes. I mean like cooking stuff, like pots, pans, knife sets, utensils, cutlery. I want to say appliances, but I mean, I'm talking vintage too, but like anything kitchen, like canister, but not like big ones, but smaller type stuff. Yeah, really practical kitchen stuff, especially kitchen linens, like tablecloths, runners. Kitchen towels are a huge seller. Pot holders, things like that, or any kind of household linens like towels, quilt sets, bedroom type stuff, curtains, rugs, and then small furniture like small tables, plant stands, things like that. Anyway, yeah, those are the things that sell, not stuff like this. That any kind of decor will definitely sit. If I look at the items I've had in my store for over 4 months, it's going to be all the decor stuff and collectible stuff. If I look at the stuff that I've sold, I'm just talking hard goods here, very quickly, very fast, it's going to be anything kitchen related, linens related, or small furniture. That's just my input. I know it's not the most exciting stuff to resell, but it's the stuff that you can reliably sell over and over again. Not this kind of stuff. This is fun to look at, but you'll have it forever in your store. It just doesn't sell. Yeah, pottery sells really well for me too. So if I'm going to sell decor, the decor that does sell for me is going to be pottery or smaller pieces of art or mirrors. So there's your list right there. If you're thinking about getting into reselling, there, I just gave it all away. All right, this vintage mirror was really cute, caught my eye, but oh God, $8. Yeah, that's really what it sells for almost on eBay. There's definitely no resale room in there. So I will say they have really marked up a lot of their stuff since I've first shopped here. They used to be in a different location. This is a beautiful console amber glass, but again, that's right up there to where you would sell it. You can't really get much more than $15 for that in a booth. So yeah, you can't, I mean, that would be top price you'd get in a booth is like 15, depending, I mean, maybe in Brimfield, you'd be able to get more for it, or if you're in a very high end place, but it's a console table bowl. So that's not really desirable. It's not practical. Same with these dishes. I mean, they're pretty, but these were not, this Limoges made in USA is not as nearly as valuable as the ones that are made in France. So they have a really high price on these. I mean, they're pretty, but they're from the 40s. And yeah, so they want $10 for that stack. They want $6 for that piece. Yeah, they basically wanted probably altogether about $50 or $60 for all that. Love the enamelware, the mixing bowls, super cute. This is the kind of stuff that will sell quicker. Like if you're going to have a booth, something practical, something cottagecore-ish, or just charming, I guess is the word. But yeah, something like that is more practical. Pottery, love this, but the color isn't the best. It's only $3. It's signed by the artist, so it's still worth picking up. But that dark brown color is not really as desirable. If it had been a salt glaze with blue or green, much more desirable. This is a beautiful piece of glass. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look it up. But at $4, I don't know if it's, I don't know what glass maker it is, but for the low price, I'm going to grab it because it was very brilliant and it's a great color for this time of year. So yeah. All right. Well, I'm done shopping. So let's head out. All right. Well, I am done shopping. That was fun. I hadn't been up here in a while. I got some really nice pieces of glass. I can't wait to show you guys. They get some really good donations from who knows where, but in this Amherst area, you know, there's a lot of old homes, a lot of antique dealers, collectors, and yeah, a lot of people with a lot of good stuff in their houses, I guess. But anyway, I got lucky. I got some really beautiful pieces. I can't wait to show you when I get home. So yeah, let's check it out. Hello. I am back from my thrifting adventures at the thrift store in Amherst, Mass. I was at the Fisher House, and I've got a couple pieces for you here. It's not a huge haul, but it's really pretty, and I got some really cute stuff. Starting with this, I think, let's see, I think this is called, yeah, Hazel Atlas glass. I had never heard of that before, But when I saw it, I thought it was really beautiful, very brilliant, very pretty. And of course, amber, one of my favorite colors. And it was only $4. So I'll put here anything I find online for it. But I really think that this is a beautiful, beautiful piece. Not sure if I'm going to sell it or keep it. I think it's a beautiful piece and perfect for the fall. You know, I really love the whole idea of just using beautiful vintage amber glass as my fall decor. Like not one thing, you know, hardly commercial or modern, but all these vintage, beautiful amber glass pieces. I think they are beautiful for fall decor, and I am here for it. I think it's so beautiful. I'm so happy I found this, and yeah, haven't decided yet if I'm selling it or keeping it, but it's a really pretty piece. And then the next piece of glass I got is this beautiful black glass piece. Oh my goodness, I'm getting really lucky with the black glass. The thrifting angels are with me. This is what the bottom looks like. I mean, it's definitely just a very simple, slick, beautiful piece. It was $6, but I went for it. It's really thick, as you can see, and I don't see any other color. Like if I hold it up into the window here, I'm not seeing like amethyst or red. I'm not seeing any other color. It feels like it's a solid black piece. So I don't know how old it is, but I know that it's super elegant and beautiful. It is very shiny and smooth. It doesn't have any seam in it whatsoever. So I'm assuming that this is a hand-blown art piece. And I love it. I love this. I cannot believe I've been finding black glass lately. That's incredible. So thank you, Thrifting Angels, for sending this my way. I absolutely love it. I'm going to add it to my collection. All right, we're not done with the glass yet. You guys, I can't believe it. I finally found one of these. I've never had a bird of happiness. Never. I've never been able to find one in the wild. I've never seen one thrifting. I've only seen them in antique malls. I have seen them definitely in the flea market next to me, but this was only $4. The price rubbed off of it. I know there's something else there. This paper. I don't know if that's original. Now, I don't really know the history of bird of happiness. If you guys know, leave me a comment down below. How did this happen? How did this start? This little bird of happiness, these little figurines, how did these even come to be and get so popular? I'm so curious, but I know my mother-in-law has one, and whenever we go over their house, I'm always looking at it, picking it up, and I think it's so beautiful. So I cannot believe I finally have one of my own little bird of happiness for $4. And she seems pretty good quality. She's definitely heavy. She's definitely a solid piece of glass. It's not, plastic or, it's definitely a really nice piece of glass. And she didn't seem to have any flaws in her. She's very, very pretty, very smooth. I mean, I totally get the attraction of these. I think they're so beautiful. But yeah, I found a bird of happiness at this thrift store for $4. That is awesome. That made me so happy. So I did find two wood things, and they're really cute. This is the first thing. It's this very small mini framed print with two deer on it. I am assuming that this might be a little watercolor. It's so darling. It's lovely. It was $4 and it does have an inscription on the back. You can read that. But it's so cute. Another perfect little bookshelf thing. It does have a tiny little hang tag there, so you can either put it in a bookshelf or you can hang it on the wall. But I thought it was very darling, very pretty, so sweet, really perfect for if you have a bookshelf like me and you're looking for little things to tuck into it. So I'm going to be bringing this to the store, so that's definitely going to go for resale. And then I also found this vintage like letter opener. That's just my dog barking. It's probably a squirrel. Yeah, it's probably a squirrel. What are you going to do, right? Anyway, it looks like a key holder. So it has a couple of hooks here for like your keys or something. And then you put your mail in here. And yeah, it's super cute. I love kind of looks like a Currier and Ives type of graphic on here. But these are porcelain inserts. So they're like glass and porcelain inserts, which I thought was super cute. Very Currier and Ives. Very groovy, very, very vintage, very cool. And I'm definitely bringing this to the store for sale. I'm sure I'm going to sell this right away. So I did find two kind of primitive-y things, if you want to call them that. I found this beautiful stoneware jug. This was also $4. It doesn't have any marks on the bottom. I'm not sure how vintage this might be, but there's no marks. But somebody put little felt pads on it. They must have had it somewhere that they didn't want this to be brushing up against. Probably a nice Formica or granite countertop, probably something like that. But yeah, I thought this was so beautiful. I love this design, this willow tree design. It's very colonial, very primitive, country, very country, very pretty. So I'm sure someone is going to absolutely love this. I love it so much. I'm sure someone's going to grab this. And for $4, there's lots of room in there for me to flip it for a profit. And yeah, I'm sure I'm going to sell this right away. I also found this candlestick, and this was also $4. $4 seemed to be where the sweet spot price for this thrift store, which I think is amazing. $4 is awesome. I do believe that this is pewter. I can't see a mark because it does have a velvet bottom, but I'll bet you if you take this off, which we're not obviously going to do, it's probably marked pewter underneath here. But this is what pewter should look like. It's not shiny, but it's not completely matte. It's somewhere in between, and it's got a beautiful silver tone with a little bit of undertone of gold. So yeah, it's a beautiful piece. I really love it, and it's pewter. And yeah, I'll bring this into the store to sell as well, but super popular item. Candlesticks always sell really well for me. All right, so my last piece that I got on this vintage haul was this piece of enamel vintage cookware. I am completely addicted to this stuff. As you guys know, I just showed you, well, actually, I'm going to be showing you in I think the video after this. I picked up some stuff for myself on eBay like this. So I'm just continuing to add to my collection. They did have $6 on this, which is totally fine. It doesn't seem to be the tabletops brand that my pattern is in. My pattern is called Villa Grande, but this is also super charming. I love it. It's super cute. So this is just, I love leaving this stuff out. I love having it on top of my stove. I have a really big gas range with like 6 burners. So I've got plenty of room to display a couple of really pretty pans. And that's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to put it on my stove. I think it's going to look really charming. And I really love that. I don't know why. It just warms my heart. I cook with these. I use these all the time. The only thing I would say is that I wouldn't use these for like eggs, something like that, unless you put a lot of butter or oil down. But that's better to be made in, you know, like a ceramic non-stick pan or something like that. But if you have anything with a sauce, any kind of meats, I've made rice in these all the time. I've made all kinds of dishes in these. I absolutely love them. They're super charming. I will forever love them. And yeah, I found another one. They're hard to find and they're usually really pricey. If I find these at the Goodwill, they usually have $10 or more on these online. They're $20, $30, $40. So they're not cheap. So if you can find them really inexpensive, like this one was $6, kind of like in a little hidden thrift store, pick them up. They're definitely worth it, especially if you're a reseller. You can definitely flip these. But for this one, I think I'm going to keep it. Hi, you guys. All right, I just got home from work and it's Saturday though, so John's been home all day, but I want to show you this. So we're going to start a garden project here. This is the back of our deck. So if I show you like that, actually, I'll just flip you around. But anyway, it's the back of our deck. This grass we're over it. We've had it for, I don't know how many years, probably 6, 7, 8, 9 years. A lot of years. We're over it. So we want to do some bulbs, something like that. So let me flip you around a little bit better. All right, now you can get a better view of it. And we'll just walk. So we have like a narrow walkway here, and then it goes up a hill with a lot of greenery and stuff. So this grass is super aggressive. It just takes over everything. It falls over. We originally planted it here because we wanted privacy for the deck, but this is our backyard. Like, we literally don't need privacy. I mean, there's nobody here. We're in the woods. So we're gonna cut all this down, and John and I are going to redesign this, but with the hopes of keeping these 2 plants. You can hardly see them because this grass has choked them out, but I'm pretty sure they're called honeysuckle vines, and they really attract hummingbirds like you would not believe. We've had these super healthy on these trellises for years, and we literally have a hummingbird family that made a nest behind our house in the pine trees because they love that honeysuckle so much. Hi, puppies. All right, so John's gonna cut this down right now. We're gonna shave all this back, cut it down, and then I'm gonna probably dig it up tomorrow, and we're gonna start fresh. We're gonna start over, but we're going to take you on the journey and show you like what bulbs we pick out, what plants we're planning on, because ideally we'd like it to be a hummingbird garden, butterfly garden. So we're going to come up with a really pretty look that's going to be a huge improvement over this jungle right here. But fear not, we're going to try to give this grass away. We have a buy nothing site on Facebook, and just so you guys know, the evergreens remember the really tall evergreens that you saw John and I pull out of these urns. Now we've got the small ones. We legit gave those away on the buy nothing site, and somebody came and got them. They were super grateful. They know that they're super expensive at Home Depot, and yeah, we gave them away. So we're going to try to save some of this grass to give away as well in case somebody might want it for their landscaping. right, we just finished doing this, and welcome to the back of the the railing here. So one thing I did want to mention is, so because of that grass being so high, look at the, I don't know if I want to call that mold or algae, whatever that is, but I power washed the rest of the deck. Like I can show you the top, it looks really clean, but I couldn't get behind here because of that grass too. We don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna now power wash this tomorrow, but this is what we're gonna dig up. Now, why are we going to mow it? You can see here, he's got the mower ready. I have no idea why, but I was told to put all the refuse in a pile.
Yeah, you can actually do this with your ornamental grasses that you're keeping. They just die back at the end of the year anyway, and this plant was 8 feet of essentially fixed nitrogen and water. So in the fall when you're doing yard work, you can just cut it right back, mow it up, bag it, and dump it in your garden, and it's just going to help your plants next year.
That's awesome. So you can also see we have some astilbes here. So we actually do have already some annuals here.
2 daylilies.
Sorry, perennials. And we have some, but I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I like astilbes, I really do, but they attract like some bees, but they don't really attract hummingbirds, I don't think.
Yeah, but they're just a must-have for every garden. I mean, look how nice
they are. They're beautiful.
Even after that one went past, you know,
it still looks pretty.
Foliage,
yeah,
and the ornamental seed.
We have white ones, and we have pink ones, and we have dark magenta ones. You can tell this is the dark magenta one because it looks slightly different when it's dry, and I think those were the white ones right there. But anyway, we do still have some space here. Once this is all dug up, we have a ton of space. This is a big patch that's going to go tomorrow. All right, it's almost all mulched up. For the record, I think we forgot to mention, this is actually called porcupine grass. So if you look at it, it's like, I thought it was zebra grass, but John corrected me. The reason why it's called porcupine grass is I think it's got like some sharp.
The texture of it.
It's just really sharp.
And porcupine quills are striped like that.
Oh, and porcupine quills are striped like that. See, John knows all kinds of stuff like this. I tell you, I'm endlessly fascinated. I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, so that's what this grass is called. So when I do put it on the free site, I'm going to put it on as porcupine grass. So
the seed heads are sterile. That's why I'm putting it in the garden.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, oh, that's right. So you guys, that's a good thing to know. Sometimes people put stuff that they think is going to be good for their garden, and it turns out to be, it sprouts a bunch of weeds and stuff. So yeah, make sure that if you are doing something like this. So what he's talking about is this seed head right here. Let me just pick this up. So this right here, where the seeds would be for this plant, is sterile, which means it doesn't make seeds that are capable of germinating.
Pretty much anything you buy at Home Depot is like that.
Yeah, because they don't want you doing your own propagation. They want you to come back and get more. So, all right, we're going to finish mulching this up. Off to the garden it goes. I'll be digging this up tomorrow, what's left. It won't be bad. I'm going to start from this end and just dig it that way. And yeah, it's going to be fun for us to pick out some plants to put in there. Wow, what an improvement. I can't believe we didn't do this sooner. We crack each other up. Well, I give up. I need to call in the forces. I have managed to dig up quite a bit of it. I mean, you would be proud of me. I have gotten all of this front section out. It's right there. And I just can't get this last piece out. It's up against the deck, so it's hard. I think if I could get behind it, I could get it out, but it's time for John to take over. I've done my level best here, and yeah. You guys like my garden? These are so cool. I highly recommend these. I think you can get these at, let me put my shovel down. I think you can get these at, I think they're that Duluth brand. Let me look. No, sorry, Western Chief. They might sell these at, I want to say Tractor Supply. I got them thrifting, of course, but I think if you want them new, you can get them at Tractor Supply. Anyway, enough of the fashion show. Let's get John out here to rescue us from this misery. Not easy. I've been using the death by 1,000 paper cuts method. I just keep doing a little bit, and they do come out, but like I said, I can't get behind that bunch, so let's have John take over. All right, reinforcements are here with the tool that I will not pick up ever. It's called a pickaxe, as you probably guys know. You gotta be, it's that I can't handle a pickaxe.
That's how you know you have clay soil. There's one of these in your garage.
Yeah, and this has been amended. So this actual bed has been dug up multiple times, especially when we had this deck. This deck has always been here, but we had it like reinforced for a hot tub, and now it's got Trex decking. So I mean, this has been dug up and redone, but
this is just the way ornamental grasses are.
Yeah.
The ground's solid with roots right below them.
It is. I was just explaining to everybody. I've been at this for an hour with the method of 1,000 paper cuts might kill it. And I managed to kill some of it. When I say kill, I just mean dig it up. We're going to give these away. These are actually really nice landscaping grasses if that's what you want. But all right. John's going to take care of the rest. We'll see you when it's over. All right. Things have gotten serious, taken a slight turn for the worse. I was commissioned to go get this ominous looking thing. What is the name of this thing?
I've always called it a pike.
A what?
Pike.
A
like
pike?
Yeah.
What is it really? Like some kind of, it weighs a ton, I'm going to tell you that much.
Yeah, they're meant just for prying stuff out of the ground.
All right. Where did we get this?
Neighbor next door, $20 at a tax.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So, yeah, you're right. A really long time ago, ignore the gunfire. Sorry. It's hunting season. Okay. And we live in the woods. That's right. There was a tag sale. See, everything's thrifting, you guys. It's all thrifting. The guy in the corner, he used to be a roofer. And him and his wife retired and they went to like a, probably Florida or something. But anyway, he had all his tools. He had all his tools out for sale. And John grabbed this. How many years ago? Probably 20 years ago. This is crazy. That's where we got this. All right. So it's gotten serious because these roots are really, really bad. So he's going to pry it out with this thing. The pickaxe, she was okay, but it moved it. She didn't have enough though. We're going for the serious pike, AKA million-pound steel rod. All right. So this would be the proper setup for actually, if you have, comment below, who's got one of these things in their garden equipment stash? I'd be curious to know because, yeah, you just don't find these. I don't even think Home Depot has them. Anyway, use a rock, right? Yep. Leverage, I assume.
Yep. Fulcrum, lever,
yep.
Same stuff.
Okay, let's see. How does this thing work?
Either with brute force or your own body mass.
All right. So, okay, we're going to go with body mass.
Yep.
All right, let's take a wide shot of this. Oh boy. Now this is serious stuff. I mean, caution to whoever we give this grass away to. If you're not liking it, be forewarned that this is going to be...
This is your future. This
is your future if you want to dig it up. It's hardy, to say the least.
Yeah, any grass is like this.
Yeah, is it really? We have some other really nice, I'll show you guys the other grass we have. I don't think the other grass we have is nearly as bad as this in terms of root growth and stubbornness. But yeah, wow. Oh my God. Again, ignore the gunfire. It's hunting season. Sorry.
It's just this corner here. Giving us all the trouble.
Oop. All right, we'll get there.
There you go.
Yeah, you think that's it?
Well, this side came up.
Okay.
Now we just gotta get that side up.
There we go. Oh yeah, she's giving up now. Official. Bye, grass. Wow. Yeah, clearly you can see. I got a lot out, but I mean, this stuff is not...
Not playing.
This stuff is not playing. Yeah, it's still in there a little bit, but...
That back corner.
That little back corner, yep. Yikes.
Yeah.
Is it enough to pull it out at this point?
Yeah, hit back there.
Yeah, you gotta hit it. That's it. That's gotta be it.
You'd like to think so.
We run our hose through here too. We only have like, oh wow, look at that. There we go. That's gotta be it. We run our hose up on the deck from the other side of the house. And there we go. All right, so we have a rain barrel hose fatality. This is, okay, you guys who've been watching me, comment below what was inside of this thing last time I picked up the lid. I'm not picking it up now for fear of anything being in there. But anyway, we have rain barrels, and then we connect a hose to it, and that hose runs down all the way down the hill to the front where we water our garden. But unfortunately, we just put a hole in it, so we'll have to replace it with the pickaxe. And hey, look, the grass is gone. I missed the whole thing. All right, the grass is gone, finally. Wow, that really opened it up. So I was gonna ask you, see these astilbes in the front? I'm asking my husband, but hey, comment below if you have an opinion too. I'm thinking maybe we should move those back because they're so big and tall. Maybe we plan the garden from the front because most bulbs and other things we can get low growing, and these two really high, because look how high that astilbe gets. Look how high. See this astilbe right here? That's really high, actually. That's pretty tall. That's up to like John's waist. And then we have this astilbe right here. We have another one right there, but maybe we should move those back up against the fence. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but these feel like they're really tall to be right at the edge of the garden.
You gotta remember that your spring bulbs will be bloomed and done before those ever considered budding up.
That's true too. That's true
so
too.
If you had hyacinths here, they'd all be about the same height.
Yeah, as
hyacinths would go by and these would take over.
Right, from springtime, like their whole life cycle. That's something you have to consider actually when you're gardening. People don't consider like the whole life cycle of things. But anyway, okay. Well, this project is done for the season. We'll resume this in the spring, but we at least wanted to get all this grass out. Oh yeah, I was going to walk you over to the other grass we have. So this is the other grass we have.
We have that one too, huh?
Oh yeah, okay, I'll show them that too. And these two are the same kind, right? Pretty much. What kind is this?
I don't think so.
What's this one? Yeah, all right, so this is, but this one's like a lot gentler. It's not as aggressive, but if I'm being honest, this is probably not a good place for this one either because we have a really big clematis vine behind it. See, growing up the trellis. So this might not be the best place for this, but, and then we have another one that's just kind of randomly out here on the other side of the yard, and it's just growing kind of solo in a pachysandra bed. So yeah, we have like a little rock wall thing going on here. And I mean, I think it looks good here. I think it's the same height and it feels somewhat cohesive with the rest of the bushes, but that one might be the next one John and I have to consider. But for now, this problem is gone. So let me post these on the free site and see if anybody wants them. Suckers. No, ignore that. This is how we're going to leave the garden bed for the fall. We raked it all down. It's all nice and even. We pushed all the grass to the front yard, just waiting for somebody to claim it off the free site. I'm sure they will. And this is going to be ready for spring. We're just going to leave the perennials where they are. There's an astilbe there, a lily there, and then a astilbe there. And then these are our honeysuckle vines, which suffered greatly with the grass taking over. So, yep, feels good to get all of that done, all of that out. Looks nice and neat. And I guess we'll redesign it in the spring. I wanted to show you guys my front door for fall. I grabbed two mums. Now they don't match because I got them as mystery mums like a month ago. So they were only $10 a piece at the flea market next to me. But they were super tight and we couldn't tell what color they were, but that's okay. I love the yellow. And then I have a thrifted wreath, a thrifted arbor there, arch thing. I think it looks really cute. My door is like a super dark forest green. And then I put some pumpkins. These are all thrifted pumpkins. Here's the proof. There's a price tag still on one of them. $3.99. That was probably Salvation Army, Goodwill, something like that. So I definitely get all of my decor thrifted, but I always get it off season because once, you know, I'm always shopping for my store anyway, but once, you know, it's like September, these things aren't to be found at all. So you have to buy them year round, usually in July, sometimes even like actually right after the season. So if you want fall decor, the best time to get it at the thrift store is like February, April. So if you want Easter decor, now's the best time to buy it. I've seen a lot of Easter decor out. Nobody wants it. So wait for it to go half off and then we grab it. But anyway, this is what my front door is looking like. I'm really far off the road. Nobody can see it but me. I think I've showed you guys this before. This is there's a road way down there. So nobody can see it but me. It's just for me. So I have all my old watering cans, all thrifted. My deer from Westbrook, Connecticut. Someday she'll be back down there somewhere. I usually take my angel in because I don't want it to get destroyed. But anyway, that's all my fall decor. What does your decor look like? Comment below. All right, time to plant our garlic. So we're going to be planting what we harvested ourselves. This is our shed. We have like a huge shed on our property. I know, creepy. Let's go in. You guys have been in here before. Don't be scared. You saw us put the garlic in here, actually. So hold on, let me get in here. So this garlic has been drying for probably 2 months.
Well, since July.
Since July. So we've got some over here. And then we've got some over here. I don't know if you want any of these, hon.
I'll take one batch at a time.
Okay, one batch at a time. So yeah, this is, if you're a real hardcore gardener, you also need a shed on your property to store things like tomato cages up in the rafters. Isn't this cool? It's like your grandpa's shed, but it's really our shed. No joke. All right, here's our generator in case we ever famously lose power for weeks and weeks like we did one year. All right, so we are going to plant these, and then if you remember, we also picked up 2 varieties when we were at the Garlic and Arts Festival. I believe one was Ukrainian red and the other one was a Zumba or Zinger. It began with a Z.
Yeah.
What was it?
Beats me. It's on the bag.
Oh, all right.
We'll go over that when we plant that.
All right. So we're going to do these first. These are our own. I don't even know if you know the variety or they're just so mixed by now. Who knows?
Well, that's the thing. I have 2 beds that I keep a plain variety and then the greatest hits bed on the other side.
Miss Mina wants to join us.
But
okay.
Because we just bought 2 new varieties, everything we're going to be planting goes in the greatest hits bed.
All right. All right, so we're going to start off with the bulbs that we picked up at the Garlic and Arts Festival. So we've got a Ukrainian red and Zemo. As a reminder, these were $16 a package, which can sound expensive. We get it, but once you make the investment, now those bulbs, once we grow them, we won't need to buy them again. We'll have our own, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the only time you buy them is every so many years when you feel like changing things.
Yeah, getting a different variety. So it's like an investment, almost like buying bulbs, and then you shouldn't have to get them again. But anyway, we're going to plant them right here, right on the edge here. So John's had this as a garlic bed for a really long time. I think this was his first one. He's got multiple ones now. But it grows really well for us here. I don't know why, but we're not, what?
No, that's fine.
I was going to say, garlic grows amazing for us. In other words, when I say I don't know why, or what I'm trying to say is it grows consistently good every single year. We've had really good years. We've had bad years with other different types of vegetables. But garlic, consistently every year, does amazing.
Yeah, if you like garlic, it's the biggest return on your planting investment year over year. And it's the easiest thing to grow. And the bulbs that you grow will be this size or bigger.
Okay.
Because what you're going to do every year is you're going to select the biggest cloves from the biggest bulbs and plant those.
Yeah, right. That sounds right. All right, so here we go. So to plant garlic, you're just going to break up the bulb, it looks like.
And you really want to keep the skin on if you can. These have a nice mahogany skin to them.
Cool. Wow, look how dark that dirt is. Very, very...
And they just have to sit upright like that. And I'm sitting upright and about 2 inches down.
There you go. So when you put them in, you want to put this part of it down into the dirt. And then the tip of it, you want sitting up like that.
The garlic you buy in the store is probably the worst garlic in terms of quality. But they grow it because a machine can plant it. It just has to be in the ground. All the really good ones, which is every other garlic, just sit straight up like that.
There you go. So about how far apart do you have to put them?
I put them that far apart.
There you go. Like a finger's width or your finger span.
Thumb to finger.
I like how you dig up the hole and then you cover up the one behind it with the dirt from the one in front of it.
You can lose track.
That's efficient though. I like it.
Yeah, there's that clay. Boink.
Yeah.
Get that out of there.
We do have clay soil. Yeah. You can tell it's clay because I'll get a close-up of the other hole there. It's a lighter color. So like right here, see how there's that lighter color in there? That's the clay part. There you go. He's picking up. That's clay. You could literally like build like a house or something with it. I mean, it's ridiculous.
There's people that do.
Yep. So on average, one clove probably gives you like what, about 8 plants, 9 plants?
Depending on the variety, but on this one here, it's just going to be a 6 to 1.
What does that mean? 6? Oh, one. Yeah, you get 6 plants out of one bulb. Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, because you do break it apart. You don't plant it whole. You break it apart and plant each clove like that.
Yeah.
So, of course, a lot of you guys probably know the medicinal properties of garlic. It's an antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. If you like garlic, eat a lot of it. I know when John and I aren't feeling well, just like on the normal, but if we're especially not feeling well, I will make a chicken soup, but heavy on the garlic. We'll just put a lot of garlic cloves, crushed, right into the soup, and we swear that it definitely helps you get over any of your, if you get a slight cold or something like that, garlic can really help you. There we go. So we're going to keep going on this. We got a lot to plant. We got 2 packages that we purchased and probably another dozen bulbs from our previous harvest, right? Or more, maybe. He's got a lot of beds, and we definitely use the garlic.
It's closer to 5 dozen.
Oh, 5 dozen. To plant?
I won't plant, but I got about 5 dozen bulbs.
Yeah.
And then I pick out...
That's what I meant. Plant.
You always just reach in the basket and pick out the biggest one.
Yeah. And then the rest of them we're going to eat. But I meant like what you're going to plant is probably like, no more than another, like 10 or so bulbs that you'll break apart for like maybe 20, 30 plants or something like that.
Yeah, we'll get about 2 dozen plants out of here. We'll get 1.5 dozen plants out of there. And the rest will all come out of the long bed and on the other side.
All right. So happy garlic planting. If this is what you guys do, just like any other bulb this time of year, now's the time to plant your bulbs. We're going to be ordering some bulbs for the garden bed we just cleared out this morning. But it's also time for vegetable bulbs too. And garlic is one of those. So that's what we're up to. All right, well, that was all that I have for you guys today. Just a little haul, little shopping trip up to Amherst, Mass. I figured I'd check it out. I have Mina with me here. She wanted to say hello and give you a little update. She's feeling all better. Her cast is, or her bandage, I should say, is off of her paws. So see, she's all unbandaged and she's healing really well. No complications. So she just wanted to say hello and thank you so much for the well wishes on her. I really, really appreciate it. I really do. And her and Malcolm, thank everybody so much for sending me messages or leaving comments underneath my videos, making sure that Mina's okay from her little accident, her little dew claw accident. And yes, she's just fine. We're back to walking. We're back to all of our activities and it looks like it's healing just fine. All right, well, you guys have a really great week. I'll see you really soon. Hope the Thrifting Angels are with you and you guys find a lot of really cool stuff. Just remember, manifest, just go, I really want this. And then when you walk in the thrift store, maybe it'll be there. Who knows? All right, I'll see you guys again real soon. Oh, Don't forget to subscribe. I try to upload twice a week. So if you want to get notified when I do put a video up, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Give Mina a little thumbs up. She really appreciates it, and so don't I. All right, we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. Bye, Mina. Bye. Oh, you're such a good girl. Tell me all your secrets.